Hey, good morning, my fellow human beings and any reptilians that are friendly. I'm down with you guys. You know, they called them the ant people. The Native Americans did back in the day, right? The ones that are now, according to my research, and this is like oral history passed down from my tribe. Also, talking to elders in other tribes like Navajo, Hopi, um, Apache, all the ones right here in the. First of all, okay. First of all, commercial break for me. I am at the stage where now my niece is donating her clothes to me. She rides um, wearing baggy ass fucking shit. Sometimes she's a ballerina, she's in a rock band, she just does everything. She's basically probably the perfect person. You know what I'm saying? I'm so proud of her. I really, really am. And, you know, I send things to her, but she never really gets them. Sometimes she does, but. I mean, she's always like, love your Uncle Brady when she leaves and stuff, but. And she's just busy. She's at 13, almost. She's gonna be 14 in like a week or two. And so I've got to look back at that and think, man, I didn't want nothing to do with no family shit or anybody back then. But she's different too, though. She's a girl, number one, which I make some difference in. I don't know about a whole lot. And I actually, but anyway, I want to look. This is my Team Timu fuzzy hat. Everyone goes, that's my favorite hat of yours, Brady, or Divided We Fall, whatever. On my channel, they're like, I wear your black, I like your black hat. So give me a thumbs up if you like my black hat. Or if you don't, tell me that too. If that looks that looks so dumb, dude. I mean, I don't think I'll change wearing it or not, but I'm only wearing it because I only usually wear it when it's really, really hot out. But it's like 90 degrees out here. Actually, it's pretty cool. It was like 102 at night. Like, you couldn't get out of it. And it's humid. It's not like Colorado hot. And the beauty of Colorado is you could drive 15 minutes, you'd be in the mountains, right? Like, and there would be snow that never doesn't melt in some of the shady spots that never get sun. So there's that song. So there's this white boy, little Timmy, and he's on there like, I don't know, I think he's fucking joking, but he acts seriously real. And it's like he's getting top billing, right? Above everybody. It's some like, and he's got like all these subscribers and all these likes and hate. And the thing is there's no such thing as bad publicity. If you're especially in an industry like that of some sort, music, entertainment, TV, television, movie, all that shit. If your name is out there, whether it's a horrible thing or a good thing or some stupid gay thing or something, like the Island Boys, right? Now where are they? They got cash, or at least it appears that they do, right? Anyway, as a Native American, they had a story, and you guys can go back. Oh, first of all, I want to show you how cool my sweatshirt is that my niece hand me down, right? It's a fucking hoodie. It's like burgundy. I went like this. As soon as I got it, I tore it down. You know, I don't know if you guys, Gen Xers, or anyone younger, any age, I don't give a fuck, does that besides me. Like, I cannot wear a fucking turtleneck. I cannot wear it because I feel like I'm choking. And I can't climb into, like, I'm not much of a, spelunker, as it were, you know, a cave person. I don't, like, you just gotta squeeze, get on your belly, and I'm like, nah, the rock's gonna fall right when I'm halfway done, and it's gonna be the rocks holding my guts in, and when they remove the shit, all my guts in it. No, I'm not doing that. I cannot watch that stupid movie called Into the Wild. Don't watch it because it's some idiot that drives up with his van, and I think he may have had a dog. It may have even been Leonardo DiCaprio, one of those guys. Anyway, he goes all the way as far as roads will take him, okay? Then he gets out, sans any knowledge, no knowledge whatsoever on how to survive. Don't even know. He doesn't even have a lighter. Right? He has nothing. And he doesn't know how to make fire. It's like, dude, just fucking get a gun and blow your head off because they're gonna totally strike that or whatever. Why? I'm just telling you, he must have had a death wish of sorts because you don't go up into the mountains like that. And I believe it was the Rockies where I grew up. And I went in, and I'm always talking and telling you guys about this, but as a younger man, I was a trained, I did ice climbing, I did top roping, I did pitch climbing, I climbed Devil's Tower. If anyone does it, you'll see my name up there. There's a thing at where everyone signs in. And there's easy routes and hard routes. They're rated just like, they're rated like, a raft trip. What is your experience level and how rough this particular trip is? Like, is it a 9 or 10? Kind of like in skiing, they have the diamond, the double black diamond, the black diamond, the yellow, which is the bunny. It is yellow. It makes me laugh because I think about that Frank Zappa song about eating the yellow snow. But anyway, and so, yeah. So when I had girlfriends, actually when I knew people in the real world, like, since I got out of my coma and stuff, I just don't talk to anyone. If I do, I'm so overwhelming that it's like, dude, shut up. Like, you're all over the place. Like, it's like Charlie Sheen when he's like, dude, if you put my head on, you'd be like, dude, can't handle it. Like 10 seconds in my head, you'd be like, boom, I ain't doing this shit. And I even told my counselor yesterday, or 2 days ago, I said, look, I gotta be honest with you. If it weren't for my sister and her daughter, my niece, which are the only, that's the end of the line for us. There's no more. And that sucks because I wish so bad I would have had a kid. I mean, believe me, I wanted a kid and I've impregnated many girls. But I have no say legally in whether they abort that child or not. And I'm not saying I'm some kind of hardcore pro or anti Roe v. Wade shit. I don't care. But for me, I don't think it's fair that the guy has no say, you know? Like, I did contribute to that, so without me, you wouldn't even have that thing growing in your body. And they're like, well, I just don't, I can't do it right now. I'm like, you're using your fucking pills as birth control. I've had girlfriends that did that. They'd be like, and I'm like, there's a Plan B thing. You go to 7-Eleven and you can buy a thing the day after you had sex. You thought you might have been pregnant and pop one, and that's it. It just flushes down the toilet, whatever, however tiny or whatever it is. But I don't believe in it. And if I had my way, I was back then. Oh fuck! Back then, I was in a champ. I could have done it, right? I would have changed all my way. It would be a whole different road. However, that's not the road that God chose for me. God chose this road for me, and so this is what I'm doing. But anyway, I told my sister and I told my counsel, I said, look, I said, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I told her, don't be like calling the fucking, don't call, you know, the rescue teams or some shit to come in. I said, but, you know, yesterday I just got into a funk, and it's a little bit more than that for me. And to be honest with you, this is what I told them. And it's been often where I think, man, and I'm sitting here having a house to live in. I have an income, well, I have a trailer, and it's a piece of shit, but still, it's better than nothing. I had a trailer in Santa Barbara, it was fucking awesome. I helped this girl that was one of my runners. She got pregnant, and she had already had a 10-year-old son, and so I put her up. I said, look, she's on the streets and stuff, and she's all fucked. But she's pregnant, like 3 months pregnant or something, a few weeks, I don't know. But I said, you can come stay in my fucking camper up in that top bed, you know, that goes up over the cab. That's your spot, okay? And you can stay there for your whole pregnancy. And I will bring you food, like whatever I could get, you know. I would bring her McDonald's or whatever I was eating, I'd bring. I'm sure I brought her some too, you know. And anything else she needed, I would just get for her. And I felt so good about it, you know. I felt like, even though that she had to give it up right then when she had it, whatever, and she knew that because they had taken her other kid too, and which was already, he was like a few years old, 10 years old maybe, I was saying, I'm not sure, maybe a bit younger. But they came and took him. She's unfit to be a parent. She had like all this paraphernalia and heroin and all these drugs and stuff everywhere. And it was like, she was out of it. They're like, we gotta take your kid, yo. And place him in a, thing. Her kid was awesome because he was young. He was a healthy white boy, and so he on the block. Boom! Someone picked him out fast. So he went into that, and he knew who she was, I think, and vice versa. I know she knew who he was, but I don't know if they ever reached out. I can't remember. But the whole point is that I totally fucking helped this girl bring this child into life. It would have died if it wasn't for me, right? And so, in a way, I think that maybe evens out some of my bad karma. I hope. You listening, God? Anyway, of course he's listening. He knows when you're naughty or nice. Santa Claus. Santa is an anagram for Satan. Think about that. Anyway, yeah, the more you look into how come, if he was in the North Pole, if you go on Google, do you remember snow on the North Pole? It was snow. Right down, it was like land, snow, and glaciers. But you could go to, the North Pole is a place where you could go. Now, it's just, if you go on Google Earth or anything, it's just water. There's nothing there, just water. And so either it melted or who knows? I think they've taken 10 years off of our timeline and all this other weird shit that I believe. And I have receipts to back it up. I don't just think this shit up for no reason. Even though I'd like to. I wish it was made up. Not really though. You know, I'm 52. I'm gonna redo my dating profile because I mean, I haven't checked it I never check it. I just swipe on. I just don't like. And you know who I don't like the most? Is these chicks that are like this. They're like Vogue. You know, they're like. Like, and they have like all these filters on. You can't even imagine what's the beast that would show up at your dinner table if you guys ended up going out somewhere, right, for drinks or coffee or whatever. But so I am an adamant person against any sort of AI or any sort of filters. That's what I do. I am so against that. This is me. I'm the real article. There's no fucking filters on me, right? Including the way I talk. I do have an Apple Watch, ladies. I have an Apple Watch. And an iPhone. Nah, I do though, but I'm broke in every way of the word, right? Physically, I'm broken. Emotionally, I'm broken. Mentally, I'm broken. Well, how else am I broken? Oh, I'm broke. Because I got no money, right? I have a broken down... I don't even have a broken down car. Like, really. So, ladies, if that intrigues any of you, I am obviously very, very attractive. That's a fact. You can see that right now. I have bad vision though. And so, like, I don't really wear my glasses, but when I do in the morning, I'm like, oh, I look pretty good. And then I realize that I have horrible vision. And I'm like, oh my god, I probably look absolutely fucking horrible. But I don't care. That's the whole point. And for the younger people or any people, I hate saying that. Just anyone. I'll tell you right now, the day I cried of the freedom that this gave me. And it was the day that I stopped giving a fuck about whether other people thought of me, right? I just don't care, right? So that was the big event. And it's so, why, can you guys see me now? Oh, there it goes. So, I want people to know if they haven't yet figured it out. It don't matter. None of it matters. It's like, you know, like I used to be into looks on girls and all that. And I really missed the boat on some beautiful, beautiful girls that I should have married, you know? There's a couple I can think of on the top of my head, one for sure. I wish I would have never fucking let her go, man. I fucked up. But I was fucked up. I was on substances. I didn't know what the fuck I was even going on. So, in college, I remember her saying, look, you gotta choose dope and alcohol, drugs and alcohol, like heroin, coke, meth, all that shit, right? Pills, alcohol, or me. I mean, it's not like you gotta do it right one day. You can do it slowly, but. And she was the most beautiful. I mean, this chick was fine, I'm telling you. And we got an apartment together in Denver. And she worked on the radio show in the morning. You know how the wacky morning shows on radio stations? I don't know if they still do. But she was on that one. She was on one, Lewis and Clark, in Colorado, like the biggest radio station in Colorado from Denver. And so I fucked up big time by choosing dope. I chose drugs over her. And that's so fucking sad for me. How do you think that made her feel? Like, and then when I think about those things, I'm like, what a fucking jerk. What an asshole would do that. What kind of fucking asshole would do that? This one, I did it. But it wasn't me like I am now, is all I'm saying. And every day I try and do something to better. I mean, I feel like my chances are over. I'm 52. I figure my chances are over. So I want to help youngsters get off of the fucking fentanyl and xylazine and get them in a routine and off the streets. And that's something I really want to do, because I mean I lived many, many years on the street. I mean, you know, sometimes I had a lot of money and lived in hotels, but a lot of the time I lived on the streets where I lived, like, you know. I lived on the rooftops of the downtown main street of the mall with Nordstrom's and all those things. In Santa Barbara, right downtown. It was so crazy. I would be like, come on, it's like, you know, these 3 girls that are coming with me. I go, come on, okay, jump up here, now jump up here, now jump up here, now grab that pole and swing up and then land there. and then walk over and climb the ladder, right? Because once you're on there, there's different. Once you're on the roof, there's different levels where you go down and up, and all these things. And so, um, I had the most kick-ass spot ever, and I planned I mean, because I was a drug dealer, I had planned different ways to escape. Like, there was this one, and I would use them to figure out to make sure they worked. But like, I had one where, how can I see you guys? Can you guys see me better now? Probably, but oh, fuck, man. I guess it doesn't even matter. But yeah, my niece gave me this. It's not like she bought it. She usually buys me stuff at the thrift shop. She'll be like, oh, Uncle Brady would love this. You know, she'll buy it for me. Just like when I go to the record store, we ride our electric scooters down to the record store. It's right at the bottom of the hill. And I'll buy her a record. And she gave me her old turntable, her old record player, which is like one of those suitcase ones, like, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the kids, at least some of the kids are getting back into listening to records, right? And they're really expensive, but I bought her a couple. I bought her some Billie Eilish record she wanted, and then her birthday's coming up, and I'm all, do you want something from the record? She's like, yeah. I'm all, how much is it? And she's like, it's $180. Sweetheart, I can't do that. Like, I don't have it, you know? And you're gonna have to pick something out. But when I first found out about that place or whatever, because she has a new record player, right? She has a new, it just makes me smile that she cares about other people above herself even. Like, she's so kind and empathetic and all this kind of stuff. She's an awesome niece, man. Awesome. Anyway, the point is, she gave me her record player, right? She's like, yeah, I have my old one at home, you could have it. I'm like, really? Fucking A. Because I wanted to buy this Pink Floyd double album. It's Pink Floyd The Wall, right? And it's a double album. I think it's the one that's where they recorded it in Pompeii with no audience, right? It might be that one, but I don't think so. It's just straight up The Wall, right? But it's two records, and it, opens up, but it was sealed, so I don't know what else. Sometimes they used to come with posters or little things, I don't know. But, if you know any of my things that I post up here, I always pick Pink Floyd songs. It picks them for me, and they work perfectly somehow. Maybe it does it on purpose like that. I don't fucking know. But the point is that was super sweet. Oh, so it's $40 for The Wall, right? For Pink Floyd The Wall. It's a double album. So I'm really stoked about that. And also I'm stoked about, I got bit right here. You guys, I'm telling you, look. Wait, it's still looking at me. Let's see. Just remember I took a picture of my tattoo, which is on this leg. This is the one where I got bit by a motherfucking black widow, I think. It hurts. Today is the first day that I can even walk. Like, it swelled up here. Like, it still hurts, but I can tell it's better. Like, I mean, I can walk much better than I could yesterday. I can feel it going, like it, and this is like a week ago almost that I got bit. I think hopefully not by a brown recluse where it's in there like laying eggs or some shit, right? This is what it is, I guess. My counselor's like, go have it checked out, so I don't want to sit there and wait. If I could make an appointment, I would do it. I'll find it. So I'm trying to find a church. If anyone has any ideas, let me know, because I don't know what, I don't even know the first thing about it. About like choosing a church, or, you know, am I Catholic, am I Christian, for sure, you know, do I believe, I'll tell you what I am. I'm an atheist, and that's not an or wait, no, I'm not an atheist. An atheist believes that there is no supreme God. We were built just by happenstance. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were just built by happenstance. Like, you know, mud, lightning struck mud, and then evolution happened, and then there was monkeys, and then there was my question, one of them among many, is, okay, if we come from chimpanzees, if we're evolved from chimpanzees, why is there still chimpanzees and humans? Where's the half chimpanzees, half humans? It makes no sense. Like, okay, well, I don't get that part, right? Yeah, if we came evolutionary from chimps, you know that picture of the chimpanzee that grows and grows and grows into Neanderthal man, and then upright, and then it's a regular day man. That's what they're trying to say happened accidentally. And, I mean, it's possible it happened, but I don't think that it was, why does it have to be either one or the other? It either has to be, God damn it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, God. Anyway, it either has to be creationism, or it has to be evolutionism. Why can't it be God created evolution, right? Which is what I believe. I mean, I don't even know if I believe in evolution, really. We're Devo, the band, stands for de-evolution. And boy, were they right. We're evolving backwards faster than CERN fucking particles. Yeah. I'll shut up about with the comedy. That's not even funny. I'm only funny when I'm not trying to be. When I'm dead serious, people start laughing. I'm like, what? That's exactly what happened, you know? So, anyway, it's been a half hour. I hope you guys have watched this. Like, share, subscribe. I don't give a fuck. I really don't, because I'm not monetized. The only reason I care is I would like for you guys to take the information that I assume, or my hypothesis, my theory, right? And see if you can find stuff that either backs it up or disproves it. That way I can get that out of my mind and work on something else in there. Hey, this is badass, this beadwork right here. It's actually a little pocket in here. You could hit it, put a couple of power hammers, something in there, I don't know. Yeah, see? It's a whole little pocket. And then it's some kick-ass beats. This is for, I didn't do this. This is from a first generation. When I was at their powwow, they did a death dance and in celebration, and there was all these fucking orbs. You couldn't see them by eye, but through the phone, all the pictures that we took were these different size shaped, and they looked like, to me, organic soccer balls, right? Organic dodecahedrons, right? That's exactly what they look like to me. I'll get them. My sister has them all on her phone, and I have them somewhere on mine, but she has her shit all like filed. I'll get them and I'll upload them. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to find a girlfriend, just someone. I don't even care about anything. It's not even. I just want a companion, someone to talk to, someone that'll put up with me. No, yeah, someone that will put up with my just talking. I don't drink. I don't. I don't even smoke weed no more. Not that it's a bad thing. Whenever I say that, people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit too." I'm like, look, I don't care. I grow still, and I do it just to give to my friends and family to do. I just don't, because at my heart, I have a heart problem where once I do it, it's so strong now that it's just like, it goes really fast. And then I also, when I do it, I close my eyes and I'm seeing fucking dodecahedrons and triangles, pyramids, the 5 planetary solids as I believe Plato came up, yeah, the Platonic solids. So I start seeing these fucking, in neon color, these Platonic solids and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm taking some good hallucinogenics. This shit was just fucking a vape from the shop, from the dispensary. And after that, I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. You know? I don't. I just didn't like it. It was like with alcohol. I just one day didn't like it. I don't know why. I just didn't. You know, it's just a blessing too, because, you know, alcohol's a bad drug, and my liver and kidneys and stuff could use the break, or use the ending of it. But I prayed for God to help me, and He does. He comes through fucking so good on every little thing. Like, if I ask for something, like, hey, God, like I'm asking Him now, God, find me a woman that is cool and shit, like, and will accept me as who I am. I'm not a fucking drug dealer. I'm not this. I'm poor. All that shit, yeah. I have a checkered past. Yeah, I fucked up. I've gone to jail. I've done some runs. You know, this and that. But that was over. I had just figured it all out. I've been clean since 2011. So about almost 15 years. About 15 years? Or almost 16 years. I'm on methadone, though. And I'm prescribed, I get prescribed this stuff called Keppra, which is for seizures. And I get prescribed Klonopin, which I take 1 in the morning and 1 at night. 2 milligrams each. So, and I used to get 2 milligram ones 3 times a day, and 2 milligrams of Xanny bars 3 times a day, and 2 milligram 0.02 of clonidine every day, and then promethazine quarter of a milligram or something. Maybe it's 25 milligrams per that it's for like nausea and for my stomach issues. So anyway, the point is, You know, I'm an old motherfucker man, but I can still, I have some funny shit to say and stuff like, I don't know. I really don't. No, but it's funny though, huh? I wish these chicks would understand it. They've done everything but fucking like hold them there and say, stop. Why do you want your ass to be big? That's stupid. Like, we don't like that. At least I don't. I mean, I go back to the 80s. Go back and watch Ice Cream Man by David Lee Roth. And he does California Girls. It's California Girls, right? That song, California Girls. And they're all like statued, but they're really people. They're really girls. And the way their bikinis that they're wearing is how they dressed their bikinis in the 80s. That is what I like. Anyway, I don't know when it got changed. Where now I see chicks, bitches, whatever, with their fucking, you could sit a beer on their ass because it's like this and then their ass and then down. It's like, what? You think that's fucking like sexy? That's like, that is fucking like, you look like a centaur, or that looks more like a grotesque problem, like a hunchback problem or something, like, to me. That's just my opinion. And any guys that see this that say, oh, she has a fat ass and stuff, what do they mean by that? Because back in the day, okay, when I was the fucking go-getter, right? It was the 80s, and it was the chicks that's the best advice I could give you to go find out what I'm talking about, is just go look up David Lee Roth, Ice Cream Man, and watch the video. That's the type of girls that that I'm attracted to, and that everyone was all attracted to, right? Since the days of, if a woman was fat and was pale, it was, guys wanted to marry him only because it meant they were rich. They didn't have to work. They didn't have to be in the sun. They could eat all day. So they were rich, right? So that was the only other time until now of it was a good thing, right, or whatever, to be fat. I mean, I understand a flat ass, you know, girls have that, whatever. That is a situation that would take specialized things if they really wanted to, but these are regular girls getting shit injected into their ass so that it looks fat. And I'm like, what? And people used to be out here trying to lose fucking weight. I don't know what's going on here. So anyway, it's been a long talk. And sorry if I close my eyes. I'm just, like, even at this, you know, they're like, wake up, you gotta wake up. Spend money, don't sleep. Gamble. No, this isn't for sleeping, this is for spending money and gambling, they would tell me. I'm like, okay, I'm awake. No, I was reading something on my phone, even though I wasn't. He knew it, but... So 3 times, and the bartenders are my friends, they're all, yo, check it behind you, you know. 6 o'clock, here comes one of the pit bosses, and he comes walking up, and I'm like, drinking a cup of coffee and shit. Because they're on to me. Because it's the one day that I go down to get my doses for the month of methadone. Because I don't use any other drugs, and haven't for like 12, whatever, 16 years. My new counselor goes, hey, have you ever seen, they have these big, she has this giant computer, and she has my name pulled up, and she goes, hey, Brady, she's just such a sweet, this black lady, Christine. She's so awesome. She's my counselor. She's the one trying to get me into church. I'm like, can I go to fun black church like in Blues Brothers? She started laughing. I'm like, I want the one where they all singing and shit, doing cartwheels. She just was just cracking the fuck up, man. But I was serious, man. That's the one I want to go to. Whatever's clever. So anyway, sorry, I'm so dehydrated. Yeah, like I said, this is the first day I can walk since I got bit by the Black Widow, who eats her husband her mate after she gets impregnated. Thus, she's called the Black Widow. Anyway, so this is my thing now. It's 45 minutes. I'm gonna change. What do you guys think I should put on my fucking? I don't want some old hag, you know. Like, I know I'm 52, but still. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think I should put for my my sign or just my whatever they ask. I can't remember. I did it a long time ago. I don't want to just do Tinder. They have chicks. I have chicks that they're like, oh, I only live a block away. You want to fuck? They say that. I'm like, no, I don't. I want someone that's fucking cool that would come over here and, you know, and we can just, like, watch a movie and hang out, maybe cuddle a little bit, right? Like, I'm not down for fucking just, like, rando sex and Tinder shit. Nah, that's not my scene at all. I don't even get it. It's, like, weird witchcraft shit. It's not good to me. Making love to a woman is more than just one night. Okay, like, I mean, it's more than just wanna fuck. You busy? You wanna fuck? Like, oh, I wanna fuck. You want to? No, that's not what I want at all. Like, you should have read my bio. And a lot of them, some of them are like these camera girls or whatever. I'm like, look, I ran a prostitution ring in Santa Barbara because the head dancer was my best friend, right? She was super fine. Everyone always like, dude, Lucky, how'd you fucking score that chick? I'm like, don't even worry about it. She was my best friend. Anyway, all the strippers liked me because I was friends with her, or whatever they assumed I did with her, right? I don't know, man. We didn't fuck around that much, really, you know, of what I can remember. Anyway, so she would put it in. So the guy that owned the place, it's called the Spearmint Rhino. It's a fully nude strip club in Santa Barbara, and it's 18 and older. They don't serve alcohol. No, it's gross. You don't want to see a fucking chick's pussy. I don't. An asshole. I'd rather her be wearing like a nice cut fucking panties. Right? It's much more sexier what is left to the imagination. Not just some flabbed out fucking hoe bag. I can get that any day of the week. So I went around. I became, because she would turn tricks now and then, right, to people that she was safe with. She felt safe with and stuff. So back then I carried a Glock 9mm. And in Santa Barbara, because of this job, is why I got it. And maybe some other reasons, but whatever, I had it. And I ended up finding, like, selling pills and weed, just everything that I sold. I would go into an apartment and see, like, Star Wars fucking models and shit, like, of the Empire, you know, like the Tauntauns and all that shit, models of them built, and nerds, right? Nerds. And so I'm like, okay, this dude is a fucking. I guarantee this dude's down, right? And what I sold was a dance, okay? When I came in, so anyway, what I would do is hand pick the clients. And then of the girls, I would say, look, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to go into the bathroom. And if you make peep one udder, I'm coming out shooting. That's it. And these guys were nerds. They weren't They were so scared. I would walk in like, you know, and go, shh, dude, you do not touch her. You fucking just sit there and you watch her dance and you jerk off, do whatever the fuck you want, but you don't touch my girl. You know, different girls, right? So anyway, that when I met them, I would give them a list of pictures of girls that they would like, probably, right? And they could pick out what girls they liked. And it was $300 an hour. Maybe it was a half an hour. I can't remember. And it was $300 straight up cash. Boom, right? Then it was 600 because I got 300 and she got 300 for a full hour. And then she would come back. I'd be in the bathroom with my gun sitting right there, shooting heroin, right? And I go, yeah. She would come back and knock on the door and be like, Lucky, Lucky. And I'd open the door. And she's like, it would be a dude that was kind of good looking and she liked him. And if she wanted to fuck, and that was like, that really was a lot more money to fuck, right? Or to give a blowjob or a hand job or anything. She said, I want to fuck. Oh, yeah. And of course, I would get half the money. And I would be like, okay, it's your choice, you know, whatever you want to do. Like, you lay down the rules, whatever, if there's any problems. And I would set my timer always when I went in. And I'd be like, okay, do your thing. But he can buy another half hour. He could, if he wants to do more stuff, it's more expensive as it goes. And they had nothing but money, you know. They were like upcoming computer creators and shit. This was in about 2005, I would say, or less. No, about 2005. Anyway, so I would say, okay, you know, come back. She'd knock on the door and I'd open it and I'd have my gun. She'd be like, it's me. We had a secret knock. And she'd go, and she'd hand me the cash through the door, right? I'd crack it open. She'd go, here's the money. I'm going to do another hour, or I'm going to do this, this, or this, right? And then I would hold all the money. I would split it, you know, when we got done. I controlled everything so that they couldn't, like, steal from her, fuck with her. I didn't do frat parties where it was, like, two of my girls with a bunch of fucking dudes doing a wedding. What do they call it? Like, before a wedding, like a bachelor party or anything like. That's not what I did. What I did was a much more intimate thing, which was more of, like, prostitution. But it just was I mean, the only dancing was the thing. $300, you know. She dances. If she wants to touch you, she will. Like, on her, you know, she's very exotic women. And, if there was any problem ever, which there never was, ever, because I handpicked the dudes. And then they would say, I like redheaded chicks. Like, oh, okay, like this one? What about this one? Okay, yeah, her. And I mean, okay, well, when do you want to do it? Yeah. And we, da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's $300, have it in cash. we'll be here at 7 o'clock. I'd explain exactly how everything was going to go down. Just him. I would go right into the bathroom. I would come out and shoot him if he fucked with her. All this shit, right? So, we'd come shown up, and she was all fucking, dressed up, all nice and shit, and like would undress and do her dance, whatever the fuck they did, They would do it. I didn't even really want it. I'm like, whatever. Whatever. I had a girlfriend, Like, it wasn't even about that. So anyway, I said, look, this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna be in the bathroom. You guys are gonna I'm gonna set my thing for 1 hour. You give to her the money. She gives me the money. That's it. If you want to pay for more and she wants to accept it, she can come talk to me and give me the money. Make sure you have the money. It's no fucking, I'm going to the ATM. None of that crap. Like, I will kill it. Because you got to watch yourself. You could be going and get his boys. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. So, I would come in, and the first thing I would do is pull out my Glock and put it right to his fucking head and be like, do not fucking touch the girl, okay? Do not touch the girl. Right? Mood breaker. No, I wasn't too hardcore. I was just like, I would show him my Glock. Like, I'd lift up my shirt and be like, dude, I'm gonna be in the bathroom, just doing my thing, slamming, doing Belushi's and stuff. And if I hear her in any capacity, I will come out and I will shoot first and ask questions later. That's what I told him. No, I wouldn't do that ever. I'm like, I know. That's why you're here. That's why this is happening, because I know you wouldn't do that. And they're like, okay. So then they became repeat customers, and they would have one that they like fell in love with. I swear on my life, some of these, I swear on my mom's eternal soul, some of these girls would get a car as like a tip. From these guys would fall in love with these girls, right? Literally. Like, it was they thought, I guess in their demented mind, it was their side piece or something. I don't know what they thought. I don't know what she told them, whatever, that's not my business. Just give me the money. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to protect you. That's all I'm here for. And you know what? People think, oh yeah, that's bad, Brady, you shouldn't fucking, you shouldn't be, I'm like, oh, you shouldn't be making prostitution okay, right? I'm like, look, they're dancers, number one. Number two, I'm there to protect them, okay? So they don't walk into a fucking wasp nest of dudes, right? By themselves, And so that's why I chose the guys that I did. And then they chose the girls that they wanted, right? So I said, actually, I'm doing a service so they don't find a fucking dead dancer in the fucking dumpster of the apartment, right? I'm here so that doesn't happen, period, right? I never had to fire my weapon. I did have to pull it a couple times, but I never shot anyone. I never even shot at anyone. And really, it's enough to just pull it out. it shuts people up really fast, any sort of argument or whatever. He owes me money. I'm like, pay the fucking lady. And he's going, but I didn't. I'm like, look, shut up. I don't care. Pay the lady the money she says she owes you. Period. I'll get shot in the fucking face. That's what I tell him. I mean, I miss the good times, man. Those were good times. Oh, anyway, so This chick was the chick I started telling you guys about that I let live in my trailer for her whole 9 month while she was having a kid. I paid for everything for her. Like, and I was broke. I just hustled. But I would always bring a Happy Meal for her, like whatever I could afford, right? And she was like, Brady, thank you so much. Like, and it was just, it made me feel good that I was doing good in the world. I mean, I'm protecting these girls. I fucking did not want, what the fuck was her name? I didn't, Jenny. Jenny was the name of the girl, the pregnant girl. I did not want Jenny on the streets as a friend. Like, the dad, he was a tweaker that lived under the bridge, right, with all the other tweakers. And it was his girlfriend, and it was his kid, but he wasn't gonna get no fucking locked up, you know? And I'm like, do you want me to go fucking take care of it? And she's like, no, don't hurt Sean. It's not his fault, or whatever, you know? And I'm like, okay, I won't do nothing until you say that something is a problem, you know? Because that was his kid as well, the one in her womb, the one she was getting ready to have. So anyway, she stayed in there 9 months, fucking air conditioned. It was so nice. Santa Barbara is the best place to live. It's 72 degrees average every single fucking day. And where I lived, you could just throw a rock as hard as you could and hit the ocean. Insanely awesome, right? I would go cruise up on the pier and hang out. It was just so awesome. I love Santa Barbara. I don't know what it's like now. Since the pandemic and all that shit. I was there from 2025 to like, what happened in 2012 that was such a big deal? Whatever. Anyway, so I was doing this for a few years. And the other thing is because I was a merchant of every kind of goods there was. She was the head stripper, right? And I knew the owner of the club too, because she introduced me to him. She said, "This is the dude, right?" Yeah, blah, 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 blah. We exchanged handshakes and stuff, and so basically, I was to be all of their, stuff that they needed and wanted. I would be the supplier. So every night, and if it wasn't Kinko, which was my friend, that was just her. That's not her real name, but everyone called her Kinko, who I lived with. She's the head fucking dancer. She would say yes or no. Like, she did auditions, she trained dancers, and all this stuff, right? And she was an opiate addict, and she was a junkie. And so anyway, she was just like so hot, so beautiful. It was like amazing. I'd walk around holding hands with her up and down the main street there, Powell or whatever it's called. And just as best friends, we would just hold hands walking. But just from that, of girls seeing me with her, I got so many girls because of that. I don't know why girls do that. If they see you with a hot girl, they think you have something good, right? Like, it's really funny how chicks act. But anyway, so I was, me and her, she had an apartment. I was staying with her, a lot of the time. She had a boyfriend and stuff. And he was super cool. He was this Mexican dude that had like this fucking lowrider bike. It was all chromed out and shit. It was badass. He was cool as fuck. He didn't care that her boyfriend before that, him and all of his skinhead buddies, they beat my ass to a pulp. It was like the finest beating I had ever taken, including cops. They fucked me up, man. It was about 5 of them. And me and my friend Mark, I say friend, I don't know. We pull in, and we'd been doing cotton candy. If anyone knows what that is, you know. We'd been doing cotton candy all night. The red Foss makes the red dots, makes the cotton candy. Anyway, so we were doing that all night, and then I would always, the methadone clinic back then even was only from, so I was on it back then even, right? I didn't really get clean and be serious about everything until 2010, like I told you, or 2011. And so anyway, yeah, I would stay at her house, and she would call me, and we did have codes. Like, she would tell me, like, okay, so star, all the stripper names. So and so wants this, they want so and so wants this, so and so wants these. So I'm packaging up everything, whether it's Go Fast or just regular Go. You know what I mean? The old school, good Peruvian. Not that. So that some people wanted that. Some people wanted the shards. Some people wanted the cotton candy, or shit like that. Then, so I'd have those like an 8-ball, quarter, 8-ball, different ones. And then I would have, H, grams of H. And I would always deliver it in a bag with a handful of rigs, like 20 rigs. So they always had clean things. So I put all those in there for the people. And certain girls that wanted multiple, like they would want 10 bars and 10, just different, like perks, Norcos, shit like that, right? Valves and Xans and all that kind of stuff. And so some of them wanted a bunch of different stuff, so I'd have that person's would all be in one bag and sealed, and I would tape it and put their name on it or their initials. And then the next person would just want, say, one 8-ball, and I'd do that. And then, some people just wanted 20 bars, and I'd do that, get everything set up, right? And I'd have a paper bag with all of it in there, all of it set up, and then I'd have it with like calculators. I would know exactly how much that I had to pay, and whatever, plus her finder's fee, and the owner of the club got a finder's fee, so they split it. Usually it's a 20% finder's fee. So they did 10 and 10 for them. I don't give a it literally just passes on to the customer, so I don't care. And like, you guys figure it out. It's 20%. I can't give up 40% because that would just be stupid. So 20%, it's been that way since fucking Al Capone. It's still that way. So I would go over to the what's it called? The Spearmint Rhino. So I'd go to the back door. It's like Friday night, say midnight or something, or 11, and it would buzz, and I would open it, and it would be homeboy that owns the place, right? He's like, hey, Lucky, what's up? Boom, boom, hug, you know how you do. And of course, Kinko and Kinko would come running up, hey, hi, Lucky, you know. And I'd be like, okay, here you go. And I'd have like a lunch bag filled with shit. And she would go, okay, here you go. And she'd pull it out. She had like this was just for one night, what people wanted at the shop that worked there. And so, she'd give me so I kind of upped the prices a little bit on them, but whatever. I got, they gave me the money, a lot of it in ones. I'm like, don't give me a shit ton of ones, man. Change it in at the fucking count, at the cash register or something, because I don't want a bunch of ones. It would be so many ones, So anyway, yeah, I protected those girls. When Kinko got off work, I walked over there because if it was still dark on some time, because they were open all the time. But if she got off and it was dark, I walked over there, and this is before she had her boyfriend and stuff. I'd walk over there, or if he was unavailable, like he knew that I was her best friend. Like he totally was cool with it, which was awesome. He was one of my best friends. Not really, but I mean we got along good. Anyway, so I'd go and I'd walk over there and walk home with her. She just lived like 3 blocks from there. So yeah, those are the nice things that I've done throughout my career. Namaste. Love you guys. I'm posting this shit. It's an hour and 11 minutes. I hope you guys watched it. I hope you do. It's because it's really interesting. Maybe I'll cut it up somehow. I'll post it, and then if anyone that reads it, you can also put it on script and just have it read. It's not my voice, but it'll say everything I'm saying, right? And then, or, because it's going to be really long, or you can, what else could you do? Let's see. Oh, if you make it this far, let me know, like, should I cut it down into, like, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4? Because I'm at 115 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes. So I'm at 72 minutes already. So I could cut it into 3 25-minute things, maybe. Anyway, stay safe out there, alright? Love you guys. Peace.